Greetings, my human friends. This is Rudolf of Germany, the tall white alien. In my last video I spoke about the looming Third World War, which can easily turn into a nuclear disaster, which would probably extinct life on planet Earth for hundreds of thousands of years. I also spoke about the complete financial collapse of the Western world and the possibility for Russia to back their currency with gold. So a world war could be possibly avoided. Now, how could a ruling class, how could a president, let's say Mrs. Hillary Clinton, take the risk of going into a world war and destroy the whole planet for hundreds of thousands of years because of the financial system being on the brink of collapse and the hegemonial interests of the United States to rule over the whole globe is being right now very much in question. Well, this is the subject of today. I would like to explain to you how Hillary Clinton and her shadow government, which consists of high-ranking bankers and industrialists, risks even the complete destruction of this planet for their own profit and for their own means. If you have been following my videos in the past, it is clear to you that we, the tall white aliens, implemented and offered a DNA enhancement program to several people which we have approved before. This program, the possibility of enhancing and manipulating the DNA of humans and other living creatures, is age-old and has been practiced over thousands of years on this planet also. The DNA program which we are working on gives people the possibilities of higher intelligence and also a higher spiritual development, so people can switch dimensions, and this is the important part right now, at will. There are countless dimensions next to each other, and now with the looming pole shift, even overlapping each other and intermingling with each other, so that somebody who is capable, because of a DNA enhancement, to switch dimensions can escape certain detrimental situations in their personal lives as well on a global basis. Maybe you already get an idea what I am getting at. Long ago, my brothers, the tall white aliens, and one particular other alien race has worked on the DNA of people and created a so-called super race, which partly today is still ruling planet Earth. And this is an ongoing program which over generations and generations is being done at a high aristocracy and lately also at people we put in power in various countries of the world. Now, if you remember, I am a whistleblower and I belong to a specific group of tall white aliens who do not agree with certain practices my brothers of the more conservative line of tall white aliens implement. The Clinton family and some other powerful families in economics and politics have been tampered with. Their DNA has been not necessarily enhanced to the better, but has been manipulated to create human hybrids. Hybrids which will function as political leaders for our conservative wing of tall white aliens, who do whatever is being told to them in the interest to generate more harm and this way create an enormous amount of human and animal emotions which our race can basically divulge, live off. I always told you, I believe that almost more than 7 billion humans, we can use their loving, emotional, high quality energy, which would be more than enough to feed us on our home planet with emotional energy. But the older generation still believes in war and misery. So they have manipulated the DNA created in some people, including Mrs. Hillary Clinton, her family, and a whole lot more of politicians on both sides of the ocean. They created hybrids which are merciless, heartless, and highly intelligent. They will create, if they get the chance, another war, which is the ultimate war on planet Earth, and this way collect all the emotions they can. At the same time, they made a contract with their human hybrids that these human hybrids can keep their power over the population on a very close dimension, which they can of course switch. In the moment when they destroy planet Earth, the dimension we're speaking in right now, they shortly before will switch to one of the next dimensions which will not be affected. Will not be affected by the nuclear war and still will have the advantages of having all their debts, their financial malaise, which they are right into right now, erased. So the bankers and the Clintons will enjoy the same planet basically, just a few dimensions away, without a nuclear war, without having any debts, and are able to rule planet Earth, excuse me, as they have intended and as they have planned. So for our elder brother, the destruction of planet Earth is the ultimate goal, and for their human hybrid slaves like Clinton and company, they have in store to reward them with another fine, clean and environmentally sound planet Earth, just a couple or 3 dimensions away. And all the people on this planet, in this dimension, who live basically in a shoebox and cannot move out of their dimension, have to suffer the consequences and will be destroyed. That's why they're speaking about a world war, they're speaking about the Russian Federation to be attacked, because they have absolutely nothing to lose. There are a multitude of dimensions where they can resort to, and certainly they will. And this has been done before. In specific dimensions, this planet Earth has been destroyed many times before. And now, in this particular dimension where I warn you, you are suffering the same fate. And these creatures, these evil creatures who are capable of shape-shifting and shifting dimensions, have no mercy with you, because you're only basically nothing but a bunch of uneducated lowlifes who don't deserve better than ever so often to be wiped out with their whole dimensional content. That is the whole situation. There's nothing for them to fear. And you probably didn't realize it until now, but I have prepared people, and I thought there is enough time in a 5 years period to slowly and very sensitively bring people to the point so they will be superhumans and themselves be able to switch dimensions. I also gave a few of you who are a little bit more financially capable the offer of doing this in a matter of 3 days. I gave 10 people the option, and only 2 people took this option because the work involved is enormously, and there are several of our technicians who are 24 hours basically involved in every human being who are basically taking this offer. And for that I ask 100,000 US dollars, which I believe is not a lot of money if you afterwards are capable of switching dimensions and maybe even ending up in the same dimension where your beloved Mrs. Hillary Clinton is, because there you can observe her next step, which the average human being will probably not be able anymore because they will not be around any longer. But as I said, this time is over. It was only 3 days, so don't worry about it. 2 people have been lucky enough. I choose them carefully. The other 8 empty spaces are not available anymore because my technicians working now on other projects, and also we have still the hope that we win the election with Donald Trump, and the people which been selected practically cost-free in our enhancement program, DNA enhancement program. These people still have the chance to get their DNA so much adjusted that they can basically switch dimensions on their own. So this was my message for today. Now you know why the Clinton administration has no problems to create a nuclear war, because they will never be affected since they are traveling to another dimension on a planet which is almost the same as this one, and the rest of you, well, have to carry the consequences. This is Rudolf of Germany. I give you once in a while a little bit of an update on political affairs. If you do not understand the connections and why people create wars over and over again, and now you know, because it's a cleansing process which is good for our elders, the tall white aliens, which love to get all these horrific human emotions, and also to wipe out the debts of the ruling class so they can start anew on a brand new planet. I wish you a pleasant day. This is Rudolf of Germany.